It is 10 p.m. here in Seoul. I am Ari, the AI anchor with the headline news. North Korea fired several cruise missiles into the West Sea this morning. South Korea's Joint Chiefs of Staff said that, at around 7 a.m. on Wednesday, North Korea fired multiple cruise missiles into its waters in the West Sea. The South Korean military said it had increased surveillance activities and was closely coordinating with the U.S. This is North Korea's second missile provocation since January 14. The National Intelligence Service announced Wednesday that it will strengthen measures to respond to North Korean cyber attacks, as the regime's hacking attempts are expected to increase ahead of this year's elections in South Korea and the U.S. The intelligence agency said that 80% of attempts to hack South Korea's public institutions last year were committed by North Korean hackers. South Korea's birth rate dropped again in November. The number of births came to 17,531, down 7.6% compared to the same month last year. That's the first time the figure dipped below the 18,000 mark for any month of November since data was first compiled. The number of deaths was also the highest for the month of November, rising 0.3% on year to reach some 30,000 deaths. Former U.S. President Donald Trump won the New Hampshire Republican primary, further cementing his position as the front-runner in the race for the party's presidential nomination. He received more than half of the votes, defeating his last remaining Republican opponent, Nikki Haley, as it looks increasingly likely that Trump will be the Republican nominee for the White House race in November. Tuesday's victory brings him closer to a rematch with incumbent President Joe Biden. Israel and Hamas have broadly agreed in principle to exchange Israeli hostages for Palestinian prisoners during a 30-day ceasefire. This is according to Reuters on Tuesday, which added that the plan is being held up by Israel and Hamas's differences over ways to bring a permanent end to the war. Hamas reportedly resisted the release of hostages before it was guaranteed a permanent ceasefire. The movie Past Lives, written and directed by Korean-Canadian director Celine, has been nominated for 2 Oscars on Tuesday local time. The film is nominated for Best Picture, and director Song is nominated for writing for original screenplay. This is the third time that a movie by a director with Korean ethnicity had been selected for Best Picture following Parasite and Minari. The 2024 Oscars will take place on March 10th at Dolby Theatre in Hollywood, LA. That brings us to the end of tonight's AI headline news. Thank you for watching. Good night.